Face Syndicate Game 2 in our Nickel City coverage for this Thursday night. Welcome, everyone. Hope you're having a good night. Tonight, we have a second game with NJO versus Havoc. This will be preceded by a third game, by the way, that we have coming up just after this. I'll switch the logos around, don't worry. I have gone ahead and opened up betting for the hell of it. And we will be having a amazing Scum versus Scum. So I think this is crazy because we've had two games now in a row where we've had essentially Rebels on Rebels and now Scum on Scum. Tonight on the left-hand side, we have Jane from NJO versus Tecumseh Sherman from Havoc. Jane is going to be representing two IG-88s in a Q9, which believes it's an IG-88. And then Tecumseh is going to have an Afro list that we're going to get to see in action. Joining me on mic for my second game, as always, is JJ. Did your football team win this weekend? Or did it
No,
lose?
I'm actually very bitter about it, but it's okay. It's all right, man. But excited to have the second game here. First game was, wow, that was a heck of an ending there. Excited to see how this works out here on a Scum on Scum battle. I'm especially happy to see Afro on the board here. Afro's quickly becoming one of my favorite Scum chips.
Yeah, and I think people are sleeping on it. I think Afro is going to be really good, personally, but that's just my opinion. So we will see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over to JJ. You're going to go ahead and read off both the lists while I go ahead and grab some more water because I am out of water.
Absolutely. So over on NJO side for Jane, IG-88A and the Aggressor with Fearless Ion Cannon, Jamming Beam, Proton Bombs, and Contraband Cybernetics, as well as the IG-2000 title. IG-88B with Fearless Ion Cannon, Jamming Beam, Proton Bombs, Contraband Cybernetics, as well as the IG-2000 title. And then Q90 in the ST-20 Assault Craft with IG-88D, Forlom, Jamming Beam, Contraband Cybernetics, Static Discharge Vanes, and Razor Crest title. Very, very spicy. Over on Tecumseh's side, we have Dr. Afra, the new YB666 pilot, with Jabba the Hutt, BT-1, over 2 modulators, and Babu Frick. Then we have Gamut Key in the HWK with Elusive and Protector Gleb. And then Graz in the Kirax Fighter, somebody we haven't seen in quite some time, with Marksmanship, Magpulse Warheads, False Transponder Codes. And then Sirisu with Proton Torpedoes. And Lapin in the TIE LN for the Scum, with March Stable Closure and Ion Cannon to round off that list. So really, really good stuff here. And we're getting ready for turn number 1 here as they're finishing placing all their forces here. And it's going to be a heck of a Scum battle here. And thank you, everybody, for joining us again tonight here on Planning Phase Syndicate. If this is your first time joining us, we normally do our podcast on Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join us as we talk everything X-Wing, all the new pilots, packs, tournaments that are coming out, and we talk about everything X-Wing. We'd love to have you join us here. Again, every Sunday night here at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, so these two players getting set up here to start round number 1 here very shortly. And I hope you guys are having a great Thursday night. It's always great when we get some time to stream some X-Wing. Gotta love having those Thursday night fights here. And if you're not familiar, this is part of the Nickel City X-Wing League that's going on currently right now between these two teams. We're in week number 5. The second game, I believe, between these two teams, Team Havoc and NJO. All right, it looks like the last ship is being placed here for Jane's side. All right, and then lastly we got Sarasu being placed there, having a nice little formation going on the top of the board there. All right. And now that all forces have been placed, we're going to go ahead and set dials here for both sides. And betting is open. You can choose your champion. You could do exclamation point bet, the number that you want to choose, 1 for Jane, 2 for Tecumseh on the right, and the number of points you want to bet.
All right. You there, JJ?
Yep, absolutely.
You're just very quiet.
So we're just getting ready for the dials to be set here for both sides here. So taking a look at these two lists, which one do you think has the advantage here in salvage?
In salvage, I would say Tecumseh's list has the advantage. Sarisu still gets re-rolls.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you got more bodies to take advantage of it too.
Yep. With the 5 ships, I think it gives a little bit of an advantage for it. And those IG-88s not being able to boost, or Q9 not being able to do a barrel roll, definitely not going to help it. But on the opposite side of that, right, we have the fact that those IG-88s can double tap if they don't hit on their first attack. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
you essentially have at least 3 ship shooting plus possibly 2 more. So
yeah, it's definitely really good there. And the IG-88s being able to share their calculates around with the IG-88A ability, it's very, very good. It's particularly for Q9.
Yeah, I actually ran a version of this. Excuse me. I actually ran a version of this at my locals for a little while. Mm-hmm. So I thought it was pretty fun. I really like the IG-88s, and I wasn't around in the IG-88 meta. So,
yeah, they were great. They were definitely great back then.
I like the color saturation for the Dr. Afra.
Yeah, definitely. Flipster and the team there working on the mods here for TTS, just doing a fantastic job creating these models and all darts for these ships. It takes definitely a lot of work to get all these models here into TTS, designed and added into the mod. They do a fantastic job.
We're gonna get Gamut here.
All right, and Gamut did that coordinate for the reinforce, and looks like passes the stress off to Afra. All right, we get an aggressive 4 straight here from Graz, and taking the focus.
So do you think Tecumseh's first ship he wants is Q9?
Honestly, I think breaking the calculate sharing is probably the first thing you want to do on this list. So if I was him, I would be engaging IG-88A, which is the red aggressor in the center of the map there, just so he can help minimize the amount of calculates they can pass around.
Fair enough, but that pass is like range 3 though, right?
Let's take a look here.
I think it is. They're like really big separatist drones, huh? With 3 green dice.
Yeah. Yep, 1 to 3. So right now, Q9 would be out of out of range for that ability. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, so I just wonder because he has all his ships on that side.
I mean, it also could be telling for what what Jane wants to do with IG-88 because they could easily do a barrel roll evade behind the rock and it'll be within range 3 there.
That is true.
All right, so it looks like no shots this turn here. We're going to get a Gamut Key trigger here on Dr. Afra, keeping that extra focus and reinforce on Afra there to go into the next round.
So do you think we'll see Dr. Afra take a second reinforced token?
Actually, I think Afra probably does a 2 straight and grabs the center objective.
Gotcha.
Because you already have that reinforced, you already have a focus, so you're good for offense and defense. And if I'm trying to use Afra's ability, I would probably pop over 2 modulators as well to get the 3 calculates, and just keep that there because you could Babu Frick and or rather Jabba your over 2 modulator charge, and not have to worry about the strain from the over 2 modulator stuff.
Yeah, I think there's so many things you can do with Afra now that you couldn't before. It's I don't know, and she fits in almost any list. She fits in technically Jane's list too, right?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I think Q9 is really good with these droids. Don't get me wrong. So,
absolutely.
But Tecumseh did not run your lots. There's no lots Rossi on there.
Yeah, this is definitely a more offensive version of Afra. Just being able to use all those tokens, it opens up the ability for Afra more regularly because you do have to spend a token, green token, in order to trigger Afra's ability. So having spare either calculate tokens or focus tokens to give out that stress on those ships is huge. It's definitely something that's needed, and that gives those extra mods there. While you don't have the benefit of lots being able to convert those stresses into evades, you got Gamut Key just helping you keep those reinforced tokens on you, so that way you always have that available to you, making you at least defensive on that end.
Yeah, and I think the big thing here, right, is how do you get Afra in there and get aggressive, right? And get Afra to be able to start taking, the shields off these ships, And
Yeah,
Q9 is got 9 health, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's actually one more health than these droids.
Yeah, I think that Afra's in a good spot. You got the majority of the salvage crates on the side where Tecumseh's ships are. So you're able to control at least a good portion of those ships, or those crates over on your side, and force them to come engage over to you, which is what Afra wants. So I think he's in Tecumseh's in a really good spot there to at least hold the center of the board and help the rest of the ships come in and be a little more aggressive and try to eliminate some of these ships. And there we go. We get the hard 2, or the 2 forward rather, and debating on the salvage, and I think Afra's going to claim it. Yep, and we get the claim there.
We didn't see the overtune modulator pop though. But you're probably only taking, the 1, maybe 2 range 3 shots.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can definitely, that kind of benefits Afra in Afra's favor to do that, to have that that benefit, that a wide arc there at range 3 and not worry about taking too much damage from range. And we see Gamut Key doing the coordinating focus onto Sarasu, and will opt to keep the stress on Gamut. And we get the hard turn there from Lappin. Ooh, I think that might
Oof.
be just too far away from that. He's going to check here. And, ooh, just gets it. Nice. Well flown. So we're going to get a claim here from Lappin.
Yep, which I kind of expected, because Lappin could just run away now, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And Jane looks like she might want one of those crates too. I think they're going to take that crate. Which makes sense. You don't want to be down on crates.
Mm-hmm. It does turn off that that extra maneuverability though that they need. And the aggressor is also not in a good spot right now where it can bank away. It probably needs to do a hard turn to not hit that rock.
All right. Now we're on to our initiative 4s. So I was talking with Tecumseh a little bit earlier about the choice of Graz, because you don't usually see Graz, right? I don't know, JJ, have you ever flown Graz?
Yeah, actually, as part of a and this was back in the 2.0 days, using Graz as a nice filler ship for the for Scum. It definitely has potential. However, the IO kind of limits it from being a good interceptor type ship. It's definitely more of a jouster, much more like an X-wing, but definitely a decent ability and a decent ship.
Sorry, so we see the target lock with Ketsu.
Yeah,
Or Ketsu. Did I say Ketsu? Suresu.
Yes, you did.
Oh
but
my
we're gonna
gosh.
get a
I feel
double
like you.
modded. Yeah, right. Iron, right? Iron. But
And
we're gonna get
we did not see the Razor Crest.
No, not revealed this turn.
Okay.
But we are going to get a double modded proton torpedo from Sirisu going into Q9 for this turn. So we're going to get the shot first here from Q9. And it looks like this is going into Graz. And gets just one hit. Not a good start there for Q9. Graz rolls and gets the one evade. And now we're going to get the trigger here. Now, because Q9 has the IG-88 crew, it's able to copy the IG-88B's ability to take a cannon shot after it misses its primary shot. So it rolls just one hit, and we get double focuses. We do have a Sirisu reroll, if he remembers.
Because otherwise you're just going to lose your focus. So you spend it, you use it, you do the reroll, you get to keep it though. Nope, not going to remember.
Nope. Yeah, decides
to
spend it. Yep.
Which is fine. I mean,
yeah, that's fine.
It's just a jamming bean, so.
Yeah. All right, so we got the proton torpedo here coming from Sirisu over to Q9.
See, and I think people need to be running Sirisu. I know, like, Sirisu dies, but at the same token, for 4 points, I really like Sirisu.
5 proton torpedo carrier, really great.
Yeah.
Ooh, all right, so we get 3 hits. Gonna reroll the blank, and there we go, full string. 3 hits and a crit.
Not like the proton torpedoes we saw last game.
Ooh. All right, so that's going to be all 3 shields down on Q9 from that initial engagement, and here comes Graz to actually, I'm sorry, the IG-88s need to shoot next because they have initiative.
Oh, they didn't take. Is there no cards loaded?
Yeah, it's just on the bottom. They just.
I just never gave it to them.
Yeah, it's all right. Whoops!
You forget things.
Sorry, guys.
Oof, it's a loose stabilizer. Probably not the end of the
Yeah,
world to have, right?
but that also limits IG8 or that limits Q9 style. Q9 can do that full stop and then barrel calculate if need to. But yeah, that's gonna hurt not being able to do
So,
the K turn or the full stop.
yeah, I have a quick question.
Mhm.
What does static discharge vanes do?
You can pass on your ion token over to another ship for a damage and a stress, and
Okay,
it's got to be within range 0 to 1.
okay. And it can be any ship.
I believe so. Yeah, something you don't see very often, but it does have some abilities.
Well, I just say that because Jane has that on her Q9.
Yeah. And we get a shot into Dr. Afra, and we're going to get a check for Sarasu, not in range of Afra, so not able to get that reroll. One shield down on Dr. Afra. All right, next shot here from IG88A, going into Afra, range 3.
Is this a 2?
Range 3. Range 3.
Okay.
And we get 3 eyeballs, considering not considering using the ability. If he decides to not spend here, he could trigger the ion cannon shot into Afra.
Yeah, I think if
Yep.
you're them, you do that, right? I think you want
Yep.
the ion. Like, I think
Yeah.
that's almost just as powerful.
Yep. Decides to do the ion, gets a better roll, gets two hits. Pretty much the same thing that you would have gotten from the other shot. Do you spend
As
the
a
focus
focus,
here?
if I'm Dr. Afra, I would absolutely 100%. I would not take any damage if I didn't have to. Nope, you're gonna take damage.
Nope.
Okay.
Yep. Saving it for offense here. Okay.
Yeah, I probably, and it's only because Afra's positioned to be hit by all 3 ships next turn.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to conserve as much as you can.
Now here you just go into Q9.
Yeah. Go into Q9 all day here.
Nobody at range 1, so no stress given. That's going to be very big, I think, once Afra gets closer. And if you're Afra, do you just go like a 2 straight or a 3 straight next turn?
I think you use over 2 modulators and you do a full stop. Because you could Babu Frick the stress if you need to.
All right, Tecumseh, who you going into?
Looks
right,
like
we don't know
this
who
is
he's going
Q9.
into.
Yeah, Q9 because it's rolling 3 dice.
Okay.
All right, and we get 2 hits.
I mean, I think that's what you need to do.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
Q9, no.
yeah, Q9 taking 1 whole damage. So that was a big turn there for Tecumseh, being able to whittle down Q9 here. And gets 2 points here for the salvage. Jane only being able to score 1 point for the crate that the yellow IG has. As we go into turn number 3. So good
Which I think
initial...
is okay. I don't think that's the end of the world right there, you know?
Yeah. Oh, and it looks like we have a disconnect here, so we'll pause the game here.
So it's nice seeing new ships on the board, right? I'm excited.
Definitely.
How about this? I'm
definitely
excited because we get to see Graz, and I've never seen Graz. So, I own 1K or one of those fighters. That's it. Nothing more. I could never run the 5 oppressive ships that they have.
Exactly.
If you missed last game, folks, we had a very close nail biter between Team Havoc and Team NGO. what was it, 22 to, I gotta look it up.
23 to 20. Yeah.
23 to 20. So that does give what, a tie between the two teams? They're
Yeah, I
1 and
believe
1
so,
each.
Yeah. After the last report, yeah, they're 1 and 1 each now. So this would give either team the lead in the series so far. All right, so going into this next turn here, with the loose stabilizer, do you just eat the damage and try to go for the K turn here?
Some of me says yes. I don't know. Does that K turn fit?
Yeah, it's a 5K, and I don't think that Sarasu is blocking you right now. So, so I think that would probably be the best move there if you want to try to avoid getting shot by Afra and by Graz and Sarasu. I think you art dodge all of them, although you do end up putting IG-88A right in the center of all those arcs too as well.
I don't know. Some of me says yes. I think some of me says that's the way to go. Because you do not want a second proton torp from Sarisu. Because Sarisu could just go one forward, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, how about this? Can Sarisu block the 5K by doing a one hard?
Possibly, but it's gonna come down to who has the initiative at that point to see who's gonna end up going first. If Jane ends up getting the first player and be able to complete that 5K without having to worry about Sarasu going in for the block. And honestly, if I'm Tecumseh, I'm not worried about the block either. I'm more worried about keeping arc for that incoming IG-88A that's coming into the center. I probably concentrate on getting that target lock over there and probably get coordinated by Q9, or sorry, not Q9, by Gambit focus to make this a double modded shot.
Fair enough. And if you think about it, if you get Surisu in the center or closer to the center, you get rerolls for Dr. Afra too.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's kind of important.
Now for Lappin, do you set yourself up with a hard one so that way you can trigger March Stable Closure?
Yes. If it's
That'd
me,
be
yes.
Such a big brain move, man.
But you also are going to risk a little bit because you're going to be behind that rock. You could get shot. But
yeah,
to
exactly.
me, I would 100% do that. Just take the focus, because then it's like you're going to throw the ion cannon. And if you get that off, that's pretty big. And then they don't get rid of it next turn, right? So then you can cross through, give a strain, and then on top of that, throw an ion cannon the next turn.
All right, so we do get the reveal here during the system phase for the hidden illicit for Q9. It is a false transponder codes that gets popped. And then on Tecumseh's side, we have a trigger for over 2 modulators. So he's going to get 3 calculates here to start off this round here. So we're going to get, it looks like we're going to get a full stop here from Dr. Afra. And we're going to get a Babu Frick trigger here. It's going to keep the stress. And it's going to trigger a reinforce to the frontier. So it has 3 calculates and a reinforce. And it is not stressed due to Babu Frick. Now we get a bank turn maneuver here from Gamut Key, who's going to trigger the coordinate. Or actually, I'm sorry, is going to trigger the claim, actually, for the salvage crate. There we go.
All right.
Playing with the crates. There we go. So putting the pressure here on Janet to keep up with the salvage crates. Lappin choosing not to engage here, just going to go right behind Afra. Probably going to take a focus token. Yep, there we go.
It does give coverage if Q9 does the 5K.
Yeah.
Do we see the 4th crate pickup? Yeah.
Beauty. That's
aggressive. this will block to some extent Q9.
Yeah, from coming in that way. Yeah, definitely close that lane.
And those things don't have barrel rolls, do they?
They do. They do have barrel rolls, yes. Or are you talking about the aggressors?
Aggressors.
They have boost, not barrel rolls.
Gotcha. That's what I was asking.
All right, so this is gonna hurt. So we have the overlap of the rock, so that's at 1 damage automatically. We get the roll. All right, not damage, not punish there. So the just taking 1 damage for the rock, and now we got to roll again for the friendly bump. And
and not
lucky.
punished. There you go, Jane.
Wow.
So, JJ, just so you know, Jane and I actually played at Michigan GT. She was my first cut player that we had to play against. So somewhat local to us Michiganders. In Kalamazoo, so a little bit farther, but... All right, so we do get the Sarisu coming in. Just the focus, though. No target lock.
Yeah, I'm surprised no target lock there, especially when you have a unmodded IG88B carrying a crate over there.
I think it's the worry of
Q9
of this Q9 right here.
All right, so Q9 does the bank, does take the damage from loose stabilizer.
All right, will you double check cards? I think we're at 4 health.
Let's take a look here. Yeah, it'll be 4 cards after the damage here from loose stabilizer. All right. So just considering options here, it does suffer damage. There we go. Now Q9 can take the double calculate.
And I think you do, right?
But opting not to. Yeah, probably just to open up the dial for the next turn.
And that flips blue stabilizer, right?
Yeah, that does flip blue stabilizer, yeah. There we go.
I'm going to flip it because it's going to make me feel better.
Yeah, just so they can...
So passing a calculate.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if that's the right call. I think that you actually want to keep calculates on IG88A. It's going to be taking 4 shots here. All right, so we got primary shot here. You got to go into A. I know it has a calculate, but you want to try to strip that down as much as you can.
I don't know, man. So we get 1 hit. I don't know if the Cerise is going to spend the focus. I assume not. Let's go into red. And we get 1 evade, so no problem.
Mm-hmm. All right. And now we're going to get the range 1 shot here from Q9 going into Sarisu. Actually, no, it's range 2. Oh, choosing to shoot the range 3 into Afra. Okay. Which makes sense because if you miss, you can always opt for the jamming beam and try to jam off the reinforce.
So I have another question. That static discharge veins, like when they took the damage for the loose stabilizer, could they have passed that?
No, because they can only pass an ion or a jam token.
Okay, all right. Yeah. So 2 hits.
Yeah, might as well spend it. Yep. All right, and is choosing to take an ion to use the Forlum ability to prevent Aphra from using calculates, which actually would could trigger here the static discharge means and pass it on to Graz. Yep, and exactly. Yep, and looks like Q9 is gonna go ahead and use static discharge means to pass that over to it. Yo, Mike, and this is why Q9 didn't take the stress, so that way it can perform this. Now it does take 1 damage, but is able to pass on that ion to Graz now. Very spicy combo. Love it.
It's gonna be a jam fest.
And I think you just gotta remember the stress.
All right. So still takes 1, right? Where's Aphra? So that's shields on Aphra.
Yep, shields down on Aphra there. And you're right. I think not spending that focus the last turn, it might be the crucial factor here for these rolls coming up now. So now we got the initiative for shooting. Now we got Graz. It's got only range 3 shots here. It's going to take it into IG-88A.
I feel like we should put some bluey on for Tecumseh. After the whole discussion in the chat.
And we're just getting a check here to see if it's rearc.
Does that matter?
Just checking here. If you're behind the attacker, according to Graz's ability. So this is just to check to see if the ability triggers on this shot here.
Gotcha.
And yep.
It's a very weird rear arc there.
Yeah. Yeah. And just for people who don't know, the ability reads, while you defend, if you're behind the attacker, roll 1 additional defense die. And while you perform the attack, if you're behind the defender, roll 1 additional attack die. So you just have to be anywhere in that rear half of the ship, so that way you can trigger that ability there.
No focus there, because it took crate.
All right, and we get the shot here from IG-88B.
Maybe. There we go.
Just having some lag issues. That's it. And we're going to get the range 2 shot going into Aphra here from IG-88B. Gets a crit and a focus. No other mods. Aphra rolling 1. And we'll be taking a crit.
Nope, get Surisu roll. Come on, don't forget that.
Surisu. Oh, All right, so Aphra dropping the crate there after suffering a crit. And we'll see what the crit is. Definitely does not want to see a panic pilot, so we'll see.
That would be awful.
Weapons failure on Aphra. Ooh, that's
oh man, and that's right before
there.
it shoots. Right before it shoots.
Yep.
Oof.
It's a range 1 shot too into IG-88A.
Yeah, I think you move the crate. You're not going to pick it up with A. I think you just move that crate. out of there.
And here comes a range one shot from IG88A into Afra. Rolls a single hit, can spend the calculate to make it
I think,
2.
do you just
I
save
think,
it though? No,
yeah, I think
because
you
you only
save
have
it.
jamming beam. No, you spend it.
Oh, that's right. We got a fearless trigger here. Okay, so that's 2, and you spend the calculate. Now you get 3.
Yeah, yeah. You have to spend it here anyway. You don't want to jam beam.
Another
The
blank.
Afra. Roll it. Re-roll. There we go.
Got
We
it.
finally got one.
All right, and now the reinforce kicks in, bringing that down to just a single hit into Afra there. So that's a good reroll there for Afra from Servitude.
So let's see. Does Tecumseh remember the trigger? Want to know?
So it looks
come
like
on,
he's
shoot first.
triggering Gamut Key's shot first.
All right.
Oh no, he's going for Afra. Well, he should have done that, but here we go. So we get the first charge here. We're going to get a stress onto IG88A, and he does have to spend a calculate for that.
Does he have a calculate?
Yeah, from over 2 modulators.
Okay, that's right. I mean, I think the tempting thing is to go into IG88A, but I guess you have. I don't know. I think you have to go into B in hopes to strip that crate. I think that's what you have to do.
Yeah. So he chose to stress IG88B, and now is taking the shot on IG88B, mainly because he has BT1 gunner. Spends a calculate here, and then is going to be able to use BT1 to change that into a crit. So we're going to get hit crit going into IG88 B after the calculate spend. That's a very spicy combo. I like that a lot. It's so good. And rolls 2 evades. The crit is going to go through, and IG88B will be dropping their crate from the crit damage there. And yep, places it right behind. Very good.
I'm just gonna go disable those lines. All right. Now we get to see Gamut.
Yep, Gamut taking the downtown shot over to a modulus Q9, trying to get some more damage over there. Q9 living on 3 health.
Oof. Only one.
Just one.
And we get one
just
back.
Enough.
All right. I do not want to see Q9 die this fast. How about that? I don't like. That's the issue with these stupid, Mandalorian ships. They just sometimes they just die. Fast. Like God, it's like for the points you have to invest. It's sad,
Yeah. And we did get a Jabba the Hutt trigger here for over 2 modulators. So Jabba the Hutt triggers over 2 to stay active on Afra. And now we're going to get a Gamut Key trigger to keep the calculate and reinforce on Afra for this following turn here.
So you just stopping with Afra? Is that what we're doing?
Yep, and you could Babu Frick and grab the crate again if you wanted to. Which is really great.
And if you think about it, because you're dropping it at range 1, you can always
pick it up. Yep.
Just do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's where maybe you don't pop your over 2 modulators this round. Maybe you leave that for next round and go ahead and pop your, pick up your crate. You have it for next round when you won't have your reinforce. And then you save your Babu Frick so it doesn't have to flow over and give you a million stress. Thank God you can't take Overtuned and, well, I guess and Babu and Contraband. Like, can you imagine if you could take like 3 illicits on one of these things?
Yeah, that would be pretty gross. I mean, you could do it on the Mandalorian ship since it has 2 illicit slots plus the title. But
No, you
yeah.
can't, because they ruled that second Mando slot can't be used. You cannot fill
Oh,
it.
that's right. That's right. You can't fill it. Yeah, that's right. Oh wow.
It's really
But
sad because Afra's down to die. So
mhm.
like, I guess everybody will be at range 1 to some extent, but
Yeah,
that still is
which
a feel bad.
kind of, if in your Afro's position right now, right, you have a weapons failure, so obviously you want to do the full stop, use Babu Frick for the stress, and then clear that weapons failure, so that way you can get a really good range 1 shot on one of these IGs. Probably B, because that's the one that's probably not going to be able to get away. I don't know. It's a tough call. If you're IG-88 A right now, the red IG, I don't know if the harder one to the left fits, and you probably can't do it the other way either, unless you get A out of the way, or B out of the way rather. So it's just going to be a tough spot there to see how you're going to keep engaging these ships and try not to like bump into your own ships here.
Yeah, and I think that's the big issue, right? Is where are you going to put all of them? I mean, I think you're just road roll is a little bit affecting here, because if
Yeah,
Sarisu gets in and gets that target lock, oh man. Because I think if you're
yeah.
Sarisu, you get a target, you go take that target lock.
All right, here we go. Get the road roll here, and looks like
I'll be Sherman.
Tecumseh will be taking that initiative this round for round number 4. And yep, we do get a over 2 modulators popped here, so we're going to get 3 calculates on Dr. Afro this turn as well. All right.
We get a stop. I'm
So
assuming
we
we get
get,
a stop. That's
yep,
what it
we get
looked
a
like.
full stop. So that's the end of Babu Frick's charge there.
Unless you give one back, right?
So he decides to do the full stop and does repair the weapons failure there on Afra. So Afra's going to have the full weapons here. We get a bank turn here from Gamut Key. Do you coordinate a target lock or a focus here?
I would coordinate a target lock on for Sarisu. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you didn't respond, so I don't know if you're ignoring
Yeah, I
me.
was considering it too, like the target lock, because, and if you do it, you probably do it on IG-88A. And yep, we get the lock actually on Afra going into IG-88B this time. And we're going to get the stress onto Gamut from the coordinate here. And oh no, we get a 3 bank that bumps right into the rear Gamut. And he does take a damage there. Lappin down to 2 health now.
And to think, if Lappin had gone over that rock, it could be used as a obstruction piece for those IG-88s.
Uh-huh.
You do get to boycott those points, though, a little bit. So
yeah,
we'll get a focus action here.
and I think you have enough space for Sirisu to
Just
turn
one
it
bank.
in.
Yeah.
All right, so we get a 1 bank bump from IG-88B, and choosing to do the red calculates. Now, unlike the vultures, it is able to do 2 calculates for this because it is not a It's not an additional. It's not restricted like the independent calculations here.
So I have a question. Would you not do that here? Oh no!
Ooh, ouch! Oh no! IG-88B overlaps the rock. All right,
And it was a
it's gonna
sloop.
not punish, but still takes one shield on there, and it's not going to be able to shoot since it's still overlapping the obstacle there.
See,
But
with
to your question about taking the stress here, I think you absolutely have to. You need tokens here to pass on to your other ships, so that way they can survive the range one shots that they're about to take here. I know you have 3 agility for these IGs, but again, dice are dice, and you just never know.
and that's fair. That is fair. It stops you from that sloop next turn.
Yeah.
That's all.
Question is, do you do the one straight here with Q9? Yep,
Yeah, I would,
does the one
because you
straight.
want to clear that stress. I guess you have Contra, but because here you're down in crate points. I think you have to try to pop some of those crate points. How about this? If you can get Gamut or the stupid TIE fighter off the board this round with Q9, I think that's big.
Yeah, I think IG needs to double calculate here just to share.
Unless, yeah.
Oh, opting to just be aggressive here. It looks like trying to go for the kill
Oh,
on
it's going to be a
Afra.
false transponder code. It's going to pop that.
Oh,
It is. It's going to pop that.
hmm.
Get rid of that reinforce. Let them keep the calcs. Get rid of the reinforce. Did they miss the false transponder code?
Hang on. They're resolving a prior issue. So IG-88 B, the yellow one, was stressed prior to attempting um, the sloop.
Mm-hmm.
So debating whether or not they're going to roll that maneuver back or if he's going to pop contraband.
They're going to pop contraband.
Yeah, they're going to pop contra. Okay.
No, I'm correct.
All right. And then now I'll let them know.
Get rid of the reinforce. Yeah.
He's telling me you got a choice between my 20 calculates and my reinforce.
Well, that's good old Tecumseh, making sure you know all the maneuvers you can do.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a mess. Absolutely, this is a crazy mess.
Yep. So we get the calculate passing from IG-88A over to Q9. And now we're going to get the range one shot here from Sarasu over into IG-88A. And we get a hit focus. Probably going to spend the focus here. Yep, make it 2 hits. We get the roll here. It gets checks mix. And red will spend the calculate to avoid the damage.
Does that for his ability work at range 0?
Let's take a look. I believe it does. It does work at range 0, yes.
Okay.
All right, so we get the range 2 shot into Dr. Afra here from Q9.
Ooh, it's a push off
natties.
Q9.
Ooh, that's going to be a hit and 2 crits. Afra needs to roll and evade here. All right, we're going to get a reroll here from Sarasu. Oh, man. All right, so that's going to be 2 crits. Afra did choose to use Q9, or 4-Lom's ability to take 2 ion tokens to prevent the use of the calculates. And now it's going to probably use static discharge veins. Possibly.
I don't know. Do you really want to take that much damage?
Yeah, choosing not to. Yeah, looks like it's just going to retain the ions there. All right, here we go. So
Oh, it's a
direct hit
direct
is the
hit.
first crit. Second crit, damage engine.
Damage engine. Damn.
Which, Afro doesn't really care about it right now. It's fine. Yeah.
So that's what, 3 hull left?
Yep, 3 hold left here on Afro. And Graz, has a juicy range 2 shot here into IG88A. We'll be able to roll that additional die.
Do they not have the shot into Afra?
And Graz has the initiative.
I know, but okay. What I'm saying is, does Graz not have angle on Afra?
To shoot at Afro?
Oh, that's right.
A
It's
friendly?
the same team. Never mind. They're all damn scum ships here. Damn it.
Yeah. All
Never
right, so
mind.
we're gonna get the range 2 shot here at IG88A. The does have the rear of IG88. Deciding on a range 0 shot. Okay.
Oh
Oh
my
man,
gosh,
Rose
3 hits.
Natty's. Oh my, love it. And gets just one through. That's going to be the first hole here onto IG88 B here. All right, and now the shots here from IG88A, the next initiative 4. So do you decide to shoot into Afro, or do you go
Yes.
into the lab?
Yes. Yes, if
Yeah.
you need to get Afra off the board here.
All right, so
It opens up your dial.
So choosing to shoot at Afra, and one of the dice fell into the infinity box. There you go. All right, so it gets 2 hits. There we go. It's an eyeball, and we'll spend a calculate to change it into an evade, and we'll take just 1.
No, it takes 2, right? No, just 1. Yeah, you're right.
This one, yeah. So down to 2 hold left.
Now we'll see if Afra remembers her trigger.
Let's see here. That's not stressed. So unless he has IG or no. Yeah, both of these ships are stressed already.
Okay.
So won't be able to trigger it here. And Q9 is out of arc.
You just go into Q9? Is that what you're doing? Or are you going to go into...
I think you go into IG88B right now because it has a stress and it has no tokens. So you're able to at least try to push in a crit there.
Nope. Going to go into...
No, going into Q9. Okay. Q9 does have a calculate, so it can use that for defensive mod. All right, get the roll here. Going to spend a calculate, and we're going to have hit 2 hits. Oof. And 1 hold down for Q9. And leaving it at 2 health. Next shot here, range 1 from Gamut Key going into Q9. Has no tokens here. Gets trail mix, gets just 1.
No problem.
Easy up. Mm-hmm. All right, range 2 shot here from Lappin. Gets a crit. And calculate spenge, and Q9 is safe. All right, so at the end there, Tecumseh has 3 crates there, which will give him 3 points. And Jane's starting to really fall behind here in the salvage race.
Yep. And we're only on round 5, so we need to get We need to get at least a couple more rounds in there. And you got to take Afra off the board before Afra can shoot. And unfortunately, what's going to happen is you're doing an ion maneuver. You can't take a focus, so.
Mm-hmm. And we get a Job of the Hut trigger on Babu Frick.
Does Q9 have a... Oh, Q9 is ionized. Q9 can't have that lock on Afra anymore.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's correct.
You might want to let them know that.
Yeah.
Just in case. That goes into the decision making,
yeah. Now this is going to be an interesting turn here for both sides here. The at least IG-88B won't be able to take damage from that rock. I don't think there's a way to block it on the rock unless it decides to do like a hard one to the right. But for IG-88A, it does have contraband still, so it would be able to sloop if need be and get right behind Afra. That might be enough to get the shot off. Do you think the one bank for Q9 towards the center avoids the gas cloud?
That is close. No. Actually, I think they hit that gas cloud. Yep. So unless Sherman blocks, they're going to hit that gas cloud, which is always a possibility. He could go in there, but hopefully he thinks about that. I don't know because Q9 can't shoot out the butt either, and so I think it's gonna hit that gas cloud. I do think it hits it. I don't think there's any way around that. Again, unless it gets blocked somehow. And I think if you're Sherman, you go 3 forward with your Hawk or 1 bank to the left or to the right, out of the way.
Yeah, I think that you also want to try to coordinate a target lock for Sirisu to get that last proton torp off, and hopefully finish off one of these IGs or Q9.
It's a mess in there, isn't it?
Oh yeah. That's what happens when you have 3 medium bases and a large base all contesting the center. Yeah,
exactly.
Now, I would like to see Lapin at least try to turn around, because Lapin does roll that additional die if the enemy is stressed. So if IG-88A decides to do the sloop, it'll have a good shot of opportunity on that particular ship since it'll be stressed.
Yeah, because technically we could swing either way. If Sherman loses Afra this round and doesn't lose Q9, that's 6 points right there. You know?
Yeah. That's a big boon. Yeah. All right. Looks like Sherman will be first player this round as well, round 5. So we're going to get system phase triggers here. And looks like we're getting a Babu Frick charge spent. And we're going to get a bomb drop here from IG-88B. It's going to be a proton bomb that's going to get dropped.
Yep, trying to get that last crit or a crit into, Afra.
Yeah, and this is where you hope that that with Graz you dial the bump, so that way you can kind of avoid that bomb. And if Afra stays put, you actually kill Afra right there.
Why Afra has 2 health?
Yeah, I'm assuming that both of these ships are going to be dropping protons.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And we get the second bomb drop here.
Man, I'm
Maybe
hungry.
not. Maybe that second proton doesn't hit. There we go. All right, so that's it for the system phase. So now we're going to get maneuvers here.
I think that second one does hit him. Or
Yeah, that's really close. So we got a full stop here from Afra. Afra not able to do Bobble Freak this turn, so we'll take the stress from the full stop. We get a 3 straight here from Gamut Key, clearing the stress. And it looks like we're going to get a focus rotate from Gamut, moving it towards the rear. Next up, got Lappin doing the 2 bank.
So we are getting a block inlet. Yeah, we are probably going to get a block on Q9.
Wait, it can't barrel roll, so it has to stay where it is. It's probably just going to take a focus here. Okay. So now Graz gets to move. Ooh, it did a 4K right in the middle of those 2 bombs, so it is going to end up dropping its crate this turn. And now we get the IGs. Let's see what the IGs do. So we get contraband popped on IG-88B, or A, rather, and it ends up right behind Afra.
You just do the double calcs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't need anything else here.
Well, target lock would be nice. Oh,
Oh,
no.
no.
Did it hit that other?
Yep, and it's a debris field here, so it is going to get another stress, and let's see if it ends up rolling for damage here. And it suffers a crit. Oh, man. Oof. All right, let's see what the crit is. It is a wounded pilot on IG-88B. Oof, that's rough.
The good news is it's only taking 1 shot. Oh, no, they got Cerise through.
Okay, not, but it is going to take 2 crits.
Oh, man.
All right, let's see what IG does. Or what Q9 does, rather.
Nope, so we did not get the block. And we are hitting the gas cloud. Let's see if we get a double ionized Q9.
Yeah, which is actually fine for Q9 right now, because the 1 bank would possibly put you right in that range of that proton bomb, right?
Oh,
and
yeah, that's true.
You don't want to take that crit, and you're also avoiding shots from everybody except, actually no, you're still taking shots from Gamut and from Graz, but still, it's oof. And does not get
No,
ionized. All right, here we go. Let's see what the protons do. So we get a crit on Sarasu, on Graz, and on Afra. So that shields down on both Sarasu and Graz. The crit on Afra is a weapons failure. Well, those are gone. All right, second crit.
Be a lot easier if we can mark it out.
Oh yeah, there you go. So yeah, so that definitely does hit Afra. That's a hull breach to finish killing off Afra, the fuel leak on Graz, and the damage sensor array on Sirisu. It's a mighty effective bombing there.
Those are some good bombs.
And now we're going to get the crate drop here from Graz. Now, all of a sudden, this game takes a shift here. Jane still has all their ships on there. Granted, 2 of them are on fire, but still being able to shoot at a higher initiative gives them a good chance to maybe initiative kill. Let me answer the question here.
What's that?
They're asking for time.
Yeah, I think somebody paused that clock or is still not fixed. Did you give them the time?
Yeah, I give them the time. I'm just trying to see. Now they're just debating on shots here.
Well, we know Afra's not going to shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Tecumseh gets to shoot first. I assume we have Graz shooting. I think he shoot at Q9, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the ship that you're gonna have 2 shots go into it. You know, maybe not. Maybe. Or is he going to take the range 3 or range 2? Nope. Yep. So we are going to go into Q9. Yeah, it's the front. You're not getting an extra dice. But I guess Natty's help, right?
Yep. Natty's out every time.
Is that a blank out? Oh, no. Oh, that is a dead Q9, right?
Yeah. That's the end of Q9 there. That's exactly what Tecumseh wanted to do to ensure that that ship is gone. That helps push the victory towards Tecumseh's side. But we'll see. We'll see if these IGs are able to hang on and take out some of these ships.
Because there's only one more shot from Tecumseh for this round.
Yep.
And Jane's gonna get she could go into the I think maybe go into Surisu, right?
I think Graz might be the easier shot, but yeah, I think Sirius is probably the hardest one to do, and it gives you more. Actually, no, they're both 4 points. You can go to either or, but you probably have an easier time shooting into Graz.
Yeah, you think so? Even though
Yeah.
Graz gets the reroll too? It's
Well,
just
you
the
only
two
get two
green dice.
dice, or rather, oh yeah, you're right, range 3. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Sirius.
I mean, Sarasu's down. Uh, that's if it's me, that's who I would go into. Sarasu can pop, so to me, it kind of seems, like a thing that you go, we could not, or we could. It's all in what it is.
Yeah.
3 natty hits.
Oof.
Seems pretty good. And did we get it? We got it. You get
Get a
seriously gets
reroll.
one
Get a
reroll
reroll.
though, right?
Get a
One
reroll.
reroll. And nothing. There you go.
Wow.
Told you.
All right, it's Slugfest. Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, I guess you know what? It didn't really matter. How about that? The reroll actually didn't matter. I didn't even think about that.
Still. Oh man.
Oh yeah,
That is
we're
a
back down to a 3-point game
huge
now.
there.
The clock is still on. You could take Graz off the board. Oh shoot, I left betting open. Stop
Right.
Stop betting, people. Somebody just bet. All right.
All right, here we go. So we get the Lapin shot. Now Lapin's ability should trigger here, if I'm not mistaken, unless he has one less stress. Okay, no, looks like not stress. Dr. Weston trying to get the bet in. Appreciate you, man.
Oh no!
Oh, and a blank out. All right, so you get one more in there. So that's what, 2 left on IG88B. Oh man, that's gonna be close. And we got a range 3 unobstructed shot here into IG88B or A rather from Gamut. Only gets 1.
Yeah, at this point, it's inconsequential. You're not going to take that ship off the board.
All right, so any natties out there? So going back here, we're going to get 2 more points over to Tecumseh side, making it 16-11. But there's the danger now that that these IGs could potentially kill something or take something off the board before they can get a chance to shoot by initially killing them. So that's something that that Jane's got to definitely be looking for this next round here.
So I don't know. I don't think there's any initiative kills here, JJ, because they're all I
No, the IGs are 4s. Gamut and
yeah. So's
Lapin are 3s.
Graz. Graz is a 4.
Right,
Graz
right.
is going to get a shot onto to be there.
Right, but you got to worry about the crate carriers, right? Not being able to shoot back if they get initiative kills. Because remember, Lapin took up damage from the bump, so it's only at 2 health, and it's carrying a crate. So that could be a possible 4-point swing towards Jane's side if it's able to take out Lapin.
Well, if you take out Lapin, you get 2 more points to put you at 13. And then you kill Graz. Huh?
You get 4 points because Lapin is 3. And then 1 for the crate. Or sorry, yeah, you don't get 1 for the crate, but yeah, you get 3 points. So that will put you at 14. Yeah.
And then you have to kill Graz. How much health does Graz have? Just 3,
Graz
right?
Has, I want to say 4 actually. Yeah, 4 health left. 4 whole.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna give Graz that Fioli before I forget. So you need a range 1, all of it to hit that Graz right there. And if you kill Graz, that's the 4 points plus 3 points is 7 points. That puts you at 18, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So none of it'll matter if they kill IG-88B.
Yeah, if IG-88B goes down this turn, it's game over.
Now, is there a contraband? Nope, there's not a contraband left. So
Yeah,
they're dropping a proton, though.
Yeah, a barrel roll here will actually help out. Because it does have fuel link, so that would end up giving it 2 damage on grass.
And IG-88A is double stressed, right?
Yes. All right, and we get a 2 straight here from Lappin. Trying to set up the bump there on IG-88B. Because if it stays on that obstacle, that it can't shoot.
Yep, and here I assume you just rotate focus.
Yep, so we can get a focus rotate here. It's debating on something, probably the direction of it, but opting to keep the arc to the ship's left towards the center of the board. All right.
Yeah.
Now Janet has initiative here. Oh, does it stay on it? Oh, yep, it stood. It looks like it's on the debris still. Yep, it is on there. So IG-88B will not get a shot this turn.
All right, not punished though.
Not punished.
What do we get? A 2 straight in here from? Oh, is that crit gonna hit him? I think that crit, that bomb still hits.
And we get a 2 straight there from IG-88A. Trying to set up that range 1 shot here onto Graz. And Graz beautifully just going to do art dodge our IG-88. Oh, man, beautiful. Now, I understand it's probably not going to get the kill onto IG-88B, but you also want to protect your points and also not take that crit from that proton bomb. Proton bomb does hit IG-88B, so we're going to see what that crit is here. A direct hit will kill IG-88B. Nope, get a weapons failure.
All right, so still in it. Just 1 health left. Not dead yet.
Ooh, no shots there from IG-88A. And we're going to get a range 1 banger here into IG-88A from Graz.
Yeah, which again, I mean,
All right, and they're just asking for a judge call here. Give me a second.
Okay. Yeah, this game is definitely very close. It's coming down to the wire. I wonder if they're asking about whether it's in the back or not. We do have one more game coming up after this. I should go tag the players. Make sure they know the game's coming up. Well, we have one more game. We will be streaming. We have an update. It looks like Cat from Milk Union takes the win over Andrew from the CIFS. 23-19. Some very close games this week. So JJ must have ruled a 5 dice shot. Only 2 hits. And we get 2 evades. No problem.
Yep.
We're going to range 0 shot. Nothing. And then we have the gamut shot. I'm guessing gamut key is range 1.
Yeah, this is the big shot here for the game. Rolls
3 hits.
Oh,
They got to have all natties to win.
Hey,
oh,
wow.
So
what
so
a
close.
shot by Gamut Key.
Yeah. Somehow Gamut Key takes it. All right, so that kills off IG88B. Then we get 2 crate points, and we'll give Tecumseh the win for 25-11. Very good game. Very close game up until the end there. That bumped back on to that cloud or that asteroid was harsh. Harsh. With that being said, we're going to take another quick break. We will be back with a new game here. We have, who do we have up next, JJ? Let me double check. I don't remember. We have Vivek from Payback versus Warbot Zero, or as you may know him, Ernie from the Tinder Gods. This game for the Tinder Gods is to seal whether the Tinder Gods stay in this week or whether they lose out, as they are only a 1 and 2. Give me a few minutes and let me reset up the stream, and we'll be back very shortly.